Hi there, welcome to the Farmhouse Kitchen on the Wardenberg Family Farm. Today is Rhubarb Day. So I picked a boatload of rhubarb for the farm stand and didn't sell as much as I thought I would. So I have a lot of rhubarb to do something with. And I'm going to try a couple different recipes. I'm actually just going to make regular rhubarb sauce and can it. I made it years ago and I don't remember what it was like. And I saw a recipe that has like some interesting stuff in it, like cardamom and some spices. So I'm going to try it and see how it turns out. But that'll use up 8 cups of rhubarb. But then I have a couple other recipes in mind too.
So you're going to juice some so you can make us our new favorite dessert?
Yes. I started with rhubarb. We did that rhubarb posset that is to die for. And you need rhubarb juice. So I did last batch I did make a bunch of juice and froze it in little containers. So it's ready to make a rhubarb posset all winter long. I want that all winter long. So for the rhubarb sauce, I just have to cut it in pieces, put it in a pan with water and cook it until it's soft. Then I start adding the fun stuff.
So tell me something about rhubarb. Here we are in South Central Pennsylvania and it's Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
I wonder how much longer is the rhubarb really going to be rocking?
Oh, we have a couple more weeks at least. It's not usually till July till it kind of slows down and I stop picking it. You know, and you can even pick it after that if you want to. I don't know if it's good for the plant, but spring's when it's really cranking. And it's still really cranking. So I just have to use this up so if I get more, I can do something with that too.
I think our viewers are going to be able to tell the weather by when you do a kitchen show.
Yeah, it's raining. But it wasn't raining this morning. So we busted our behinds to get a ton of stuff done before the rain. Donnie got the sweet corn in.
Yeah, that feels good to have that all in the ground, and now we're going to get like 3 days of rain, and it just does my heart good to know that that seed is all tucked away.
And hopefully we get sweet corn this year.
Yeah.
The weather really did not favor us last year, so if it's not good this year, we're actually going to irrigate it. We have to get sweet corn.
Yeah.
My freezer has no sweet corn in it. So I just have to cut up 8 cups of rhubarb.
Well, let me see what you're doing. The basket's covering our view.
There.
There you go. I just love the red on the rhubarb.
And there's different kinds of rhubarb. Some are more red than others. I don't think I even know what kind this is. Did I bring this from our old house? I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it at the old, so I've had this for a lot of years.
Probably 10 years.
But I don't know what kind it is. So it's some red, but it's not really, really red. Yeah, because if you have really red stuff, the things you make will come out really pink. This comes out a little bit pink, but not a ton.
That's not one of our strengths, bookkeeping and records on the varieties of all the stuff we grow.
No, it's not always good about that, but
I'm right there with you.
I just know it tastes good.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm right there with you.
Whatever.
Even in the orchard, I do have a record somewhere, but
yeah, we have a chart of all the fruit trees in the orchard. But we aren't going to need it this year.
No, well, folks might not know that the damage that we had from the frost.
We had a severe freeze and frost. Was it 2-3 weeks ago?
It's not just us. It's pretty much everybody in mid-Atlantic, Eastern Seaboard
got hit. All the orchards got hit. It went down to 23. It was actually below freezing for over 8 hours. So there's nothing you can do to protect fruit trees at that temperature for that length of time. So we think we lost just about everything. Peaches, nectarines, pears, apples, cherries. They were all either already fruit or setting fruit. So, and we know, we've talked to other people with orchards around here, they all lost a lot of fruit.
You know, the surprising thing to me is I knew that, suspected that we would lose the fruit, but some of the trees are looking ugly. All the leaves and the branches falling off. Now, I'm assuming that they're going to regrow that later in the year, but look at all the dead leaves. Like I'm going to show you a picture of one that's
it's a
pear tree that's losing everything.
They took a hit. I mean, everything took a hit. So, not a good year. Hopefully next year will be better for fruit trees, but we're going to get lots of vegetables.
I wonder if the neighbors would mind if I burn tires the next time we have a...
And that probably wouldn't have even helped.
No.
I mean, if it's just slightly frost, you can do things to protect the trees, or if it's just almost a freeze or right below freezing. But at that point, the orchards all say there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, we learned the hard way the difference between a frost warning and a freeze warning.
And this was actually both.
Yeah.
It was a heavy frost along with the freeze.
Yep.
So they got bit. Bummer, bummer.
So your plan to cut up this whole basket worth? You have to chop them all?
I need 8 cups for the rhubarb sauce. I might actually do a double, 16 cups. But then I'm also going to make a rhubarb lemon bread. And I want to make rhubarb baked oatmeal for breakfast tomorrow morning. And then whatever's left, I will make juice to freeze for posset.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I might try one more thing. I saw something for rhubarb lemonade. I might try a little bit of that.
Oh, that sounds good, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going to try all kinds of stuff. But I have a lot of rhubarb. I can try a lot of things.
All right, I get the theme.
I cooked the rhubarb in a little bit of water for 45 minutes. It took that long to get it really soft and mushy. That's my term, mushy. And now it's time to add the spices and the sugar. And I'm not putting as much sugar in as the recipe calls for. We can taste it before I can it to see what we think. And the spices are cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and cardamom. Sounds like an interesting combination. I didn't put quite as much cinnamon as it called for. It seemed like a lot of cinnamon. Okay. And I will put the recipe below with the exact amounts. But I'm kind of fudging it a little bit.
Let me come up there and see what we got, what it looks like here.
There. Mushy rhubarb, sugar, and all the spices.
Okay.
Now I'm going to stir that all together, and then I'm actually going to puree it. You can leave it with chunks of rhubarb in, but I want it smooth. This I think I want smooth.
Smells good.
I can't wait to see what it tastes like with all those spices. Yeah. You know, it's an interesting. I mean, we're not really familiar with using cardamom very much. So that's a new one. So I want to see.
We've had a couple recently, though.
Mm-hmm. But when I saw that, and the lemon rhubarb bread also has cardamom in it. So it's in 2 of the rhubarb recipes.
Okay.
Interesting. So this is all stirred up. Now I'm just going to puree it and then can it. And I'm doing it in pints. You need 1 inch of headspace, and I'll do it for 10 minutes. And again, all that'll be in the description below. Well, I got 5 pints plus about a half a pint for us to taste later of the rhubarb sauce with the interesting spices. And it doesn't look like much, but it smelled amazing. I can't wait to taste it. We're chilling it now. We'll be tasting it as soon as it's chilled. So now, on to the lemon rhubarb bread. This sounds good to me. And the first thing you do is mix butter. And again, I'll have the recipe in the description with exact amounts. And sugar. And I'm going to beat that for about 2 or 3 minutes till it's nice and light and fluffy. Then I'll be adding in the eggs one at a time. And the butter is softened.
So you all done with the handheld beater?
Yes, I am. The eggs and the sugar and butter are all together. Now I stir in the sour cream, lemon zest, and the vanilla. It says not to over stir, just till it's kind of mixed in. So the recipe actually calls for vanilla essence. I have vanilla extract, and I guess they're not exactly the same thing, but most people use them interchangeably. Sounds like vanilla essence is actually the imitation vanilla, where vanilla extract is actually vanilla beans. So I have extract. It calls for roughly 1.5 teaspoons, and I think that's going to finish off this bottle. I'm eyeballing this one. Yep. And the lemon zest. Lemon zest always smells so good.
So this handheld beaters, I'll bet there's other baby boomers that feel the same way I do about them. Back in the 1960s, you know, maybe your mom or your parents were up preparing some meal and you were watching TV, and those things used to mess with the television signal, and you know, you couldn't hear or see anything on there until mom or dad was done with the beater. Now maybe that's just a baby boomer thing.
I don't really remember that.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't bother me, whatever.
All right.
Now, I have my dry ingredients here, the flour, and then I have the baking powder, baking powder, salt, and the cardamom all mixed together. And I'm going to mix the dry ingredients together, and then you actually stir the rhubarb into the dry ingredients to get it coated in flour before you put it into the wet ingredients. That's supposed to keep the rhubarb from sinking to the bottom of the bread? I don't know. We shall see. So let me mix this up, and then I'll put in the rhubarb. And the rhubarb is in two things. One big amount is cut into like 1/2-inch things, but you're supposed to cut some in 1/4-inch, and you actually put it on the top of the bread to make it pretty. So it's supposed to be a pretty bread. We'll see. See if it's pretty. So get the dry things all mixed up here, and then coat the rhubarb in flour.
So one other last baby boomer question before I let this whole thing go.
Yeah?
I'm beginning to wonder your, authentic boomer status. But okay, so when you were in the 1960s in your TV, did you have aluminum foil stuck on your antenna on your TV?
Not that I remember. Wait, were you in Alaska when you were that age?
Yeah, but also in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Yeah.
He lived in Alaska for a little while.
All right, so I'm not the only one out there. Come on. If you put aluminum foil on your TV antenna to get better reception,
maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. I don't know.
I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm the only one out there.
You're not the only one. Okay, so now all the dry ingredients are mixed with the rhubarb. Now I put the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. I think this is going to really be yummy.
Well, are we going to be able to eat this today?
Yeah, we just finished dinner. We had a little bit of beef stew that I had canned for dinner. And this is actually going to be our dessert. And we might be able to eat it warm.
That'll be great.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty good.
I worked really hard today. I'm tired. I'm looking forward to enjoying something like this.
We both worked hard. It was a long morning. We were hurrying too because we were trying to get as much done as we could before the rain came, because it's going to rain for a couple days. So we had to really make tracks. So I'll get this mixed up just until it's mixed together. You don't want to overmix it. And then I will put it in the loaf pan. And I'm not following the recipe there. She told me to line the loaf pan with parchment paper. I'm doing this in the small oven, and if I have parchment paper sticking up, it can actually start scorching and could even catch on fire because it's so close to the top. So I actually just put a bunch of olive oil on my pan. So we'll see if I'm able to get the bread out when it's done. Cross your fingers. We will find out. So I'm placing the rhubarb pieces on top. I don't know if you're supposed to make it in a fancy pattern. It said press it in lightly. Then you have to lick your fingers or clean them off. Donnie couldn't resist. He had to taste the batter. And it's very lemony. I tasted it too. You've just that little bit of lemon zest made it very lemony. Now after you get the rhubarb pieces laid on top, you sprinkle a little sugar over the top. It's supposed to give it nice, crunchy, sugary topping. I don't know.
Your little helper's beside you.
I know. She's hoping I'm going to drop something. I think she ate some rhubarb earlier. A little bit. A little more sugar. Okay. This goes in the oven at 350. I forget how long. I'll let you know how long it is. And we will be tasting this later tonight. Yum, yum, yum. Sorry, you won't be tasting it. We'll be tasting it. Sorry. Not for dogs. And I must have rhubarb on my mind. I started calling Ruby rhubarb. She didn't care. It sounds like Ruby. Ruby, rhubarb, what are you eating? She has some kind of paper stuck in her mouth. She just loves tearing up tissues and paper towels. Yeah, you still have a piece in your mouth. It shows that you're guilty. Uh-huh. You don't want lemons. What would she do with a lemon? That'd be bad. So get these lemons juiced. I have the rhubarb and the water in the pot, getting ready to boil. And again, I have to get the rhubarb until it's soft and mushy. And then I'll strain all the solids out. Then finish making the lemonade. I'm anxious to taste this too. I love lemonade. So the rhubarb and water cooked for 15 minutes. Now it's time to strain out the solids. Let that sit in so, oh goodness, strains out.
Well, quite a bit came through already.
Yeah, well this is really a lot of water. The juice I make for the posset It's all rhubarb juice. You put in just enough water, like, you know, a couple tablespoons to keep it from burning on the bottom. But it's not much water. You're squeezing out the rhubarb essence. Now I should do it with this too, but I'm going to be doing it with the juice. And I have all the rhubarb chopped to make the juice for the posset. And that, I'll show you how I get the juice out. I came up with a good way to do it. The last time I think I squeezed it in a cheesecloth and almost got burned. So I found a better way to squeeze the juice out of the cooked rhubarb. Oh, it is pretty pink. Huh.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. You're keeping all the stuff in the container?
In here, yes.
Yeah, okay.
This is for the lemonade. It's a runnier juice. It's like water with a little bit of rhubarb flavor.
Okay.
The juice for the posset is like a concentrated rhubarb juice or syrup.
Okay, got it.
So this isn't as concentrated. It's just rhubarb juice. All right, think that's enough for rhubarb flavor? Now I have the rhubarb juice all strained out. I'm going to put the sugar in, and you stir the sugar until it melts. Since the rhubarb juice is hot, it'll melt it pretty fast. And I did use the sugar it called for. I probably wouldn't normally. I'll have to see how tart it is. I love things really tart. Okay, it's pretty much dissolved. Then it's just a matter of pouring in your 1 cup of lemon juice.
Well, that should make it tart.
Oh yeah, lemonade. And then all I'm going to do is put this in a jar, and you have to refrigerate it for at least an hour to 2 hours till it's chilled. And you can serve it with a little bit of a mint leaf. We'll see if we serve it fancy. But we're going to taste this. We'll taste this with our lemon rhubarb bread. Lemon rhubarb bread with lemon rhubarb lemonade. So, a rhubarb day for sure. Here's how I get the juice out of the rhubarb that I cooked for the posset. It's the concentrated rhubarb juice. There's a teeny bit of water, but it's mostly just the juice of the rhubarb. And like I said, I tried, squeezing cheesecloth and other stuff. This is actually a device you use when you make yogurt. If your yogurt's thin and you want it to be thicker like Greek yogurt, you put it in here and strain it, and it turns into more like a thick Greek yogurt, and the whey comes down here. This is wonderful for straining out the rhubarb. And I've never used the press when I do yogurt, but with the rhubarb, I put the press on it. It's pushing down on the rhubarb, and I let it in the fridge overnight. Pushes down on the rhubarb and squeezes all the juice out. So it's wonderful. It's a great way to do it. So let's see if it all fits in here.
Let's see what that looks like in there.
Mushy rhubarb. And I mean, to just let it drip, the juice drips out, but not as much as I got by pressing it. So this is the most efficient way to get it out.
So you got like a bobblehead here.
Yeah, actually I need to turn that. So that fits down in there like that. And then this goes on it, hopefully. So I got the spring taken care of. Goes down in there. And when you push down on the thing, it's putting pressure on the rhubarb. Lock it in place. Try to lock it in place. And I will put that in the fridge overnight. And in the morning we'll see how much rhubarb juice squeezes out. It's just starting to drip.
Cool.
The big rhubarb taste test.
This is terrific. We get to try 3 different things here today.
I know, all at once.
Yeah.
So we have the rhubarb sauce with the interesting spices in it. We have the lemon rhubarb bread and the rhubarb lemonade. So how about sauce first?
Okay.
And this is interesting because it has the cardamom and the cinnamon and all.
So
spices.
this is like the equivalent of applesauce.
Pretty
it
much,
could complement on a meal.
Yeah, but you could probably use it as a sauce over things too, if you wanted to. So cheers.
Okay, but not like a jelly or something.
No, well, it's not quite. Well, it might be thick enough to be used as a jelly, but not quite.
All right, well, let's try it.
That's different.
Yeah.
With all
Boy,
those different herbs.
That's
and
a
those
beautiful
spices.
flavor. I can't really say what it tastes like. I mean, I guess I would start with an applesauce that has a little bit of a tang to it.
At the end, you get the little bit of tang.
But then the spiciness of it, and it's not I mean, you can taste the cinnamon.
Yeah.
But there's that some other element.
Cinnamon, allspice, just a little bit of cloves, and a little bit of cardamom. I think the cardamom makes it really taste interesting.
Yeah.
That is good.
It's a lot more complex than just an applesauce.
Yeah, and I mean, we've made plain rhubarb sauce. It just tastes like rhubarb. This is really complex. Mm-hmm. I like it.
What I like about it, we've had other rhubarb things that they're almost stringy or other. The
like
texture,
rhubarb crisp or whatever. Yeah,
the texture of this is really nice.
Yeah, I wanted to puree it. It's a real smooth texture.
Yes.
A little bit of a texture to it, but not much. I really pureed it pretty good. Yeah,
we need to have more of that and to see what it complements.
So I need to make more of that because I only have
absolutely
5 pints. Now, the lemon rhubarb bread.
You know what the big question is outstanding on this?
What's?
Whether I should smear it up with butter like I usually do.
He usually puts butter on any kind of bread. You got to taste it plain first.
All right.
Okay.
All right, if you say so.
Now it's still pretty warm. It just came out of the oven a little bit ago.
Oh,
So.
Smells terrific.
It's really strong on lemon.
Uh-huh.
Mmm.
It's as good as what you'd hope for.
Yeah.
The amazing lemon.
It's delicious.
It doesn't actually have any lemon in it, does it?
It has
it's
lemon
just
zest. Just the zest. Even when I opened the oven door, I smelled lemon. That is so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a big, they're both terrific.
And we don't act. I mean, if something's not good, we tell you. This is scrumptious.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of a little bit, should have probably baked it about 5 more minutes, but it's just very, very moist. I love it. I love it.
You know, it almost makes you feel bad. Sometimes you get in a rut and you have the certain kind of breads all the time. It's like there's all these other wonderful things out there, like this one. You really should try it.
Yeah. And hey, it uses up rhubarb. Now you're ready to chase it down with our rhubarb lemonade. We didn't garnish it with a piece of mint because it's raining pretty hard outside. I didn't want to go the whole way to the garden to get mint. So it's not garnished with a sprig of mint.
Cheers.
I probably shouldn't have put quite, well, you probably like it. For me, it's too sweet.
It is a little sweeter.
Yeah, I would like it a little more tart. I didn't even put as much sugar as the recipe called for, quite.
It's not as different as I was expecting. It just tastes like a modified lemonade.
Yeah, well, it is a modified lemonade.
I know, but it's more
it's
lemonade
not real strong
than
on the rhubarb.
No.
And I would definitely use less sugar. I want a little bit more tart. But not bad. I mean, it's good. Just my personal preference would be not as sweet.
Kids would love it. They wouldn't know what they're drinking. They would love it.
It's pink lemonade.
It is sweet. It's almost too sweet for me, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really saying something.
Yeah.
So I'd cut the sugar in half if you want it not so sweet.
This is the most intriguing. This is just warm and yummy. This, I think, could be modified to be better.
With less sugar, it would be a lot better.
Yeah.
So we still have one more recipe to make, and that's the rhubarb baked oatmeal. So couldn't make it today because we're out of milk.
Well, you start ahead on that one because you're a huge oatmeal fan.
Yeah, I love oatmeal.
I think oatmeal's good. You think it's great.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm probably going to love it. He'll like it, maybe.
Yeah.
But I want to see how it turns out. Rhubarb baked oatmeal. So I'll be making that tomorrow. We'll be having it for breakfast.
This is great fun. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's almost bedtime. So this is like our bedtime snack now.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's why I asked for a whole piece. I'm going to eat the whole thing right now.
Good. Go for it. It is yummy. So the last rhubarb recipe, rhubarb baked oatmeal, which I'm very excited about. Donnie, not so much. I love oatmeal. And it all gets done right in the 9x9 pan. So you're supposed to put about 2 cups of the chopped rhubarb in the bottom of the pan. Easy peasy. And then it's supposed to drizzle it with a little bit of honey. It says like 2 tablespoons. I'm going to eyeball that.
That's quite a honey jar you have there.
And that's our own honey. Our little jar is almost empty, so I just got this out. Think that's 2 tablespoons?
Sure.
I think so. Yeah, we didn't get as much honey last year as we hoped for, so our bees better be doing better this year. Hopefully we'll get a lot this year. So now that the honey is drizzled over the rhubarb, we mix up the milk, eggs. These are our eggs from our wonderful girls. Maple syrup. and vanilla. And my wonderful friend Sherry that gave me the vanilla, in that last video you saw, I ran out. Luckily, she had given me more. So I am stocked on vanilla for a while, and her vanilla is the best. Okay. So I'm going to get that beaten up and ready to go.
By the way, I checked on your essence of vanilla.
I'm making a mess.
Versus the vanilla.
Yeah?
And you're correct that the essence of vanilla is artificial vanilla. It's manufactured with chemicals to taste and smell like vanilla.
Why would you want that? I don't know. I'd rather have real vanilla.
Well, it's probably cheaper. Vanilla is very expensive.
Well, it probably is. Well, with Megan, Sherry makes her own. She buys the vanilla beans in bulk.
Yeah.
And it's
well, they're
not that
still
hard
not
to make.
cheap,
But she does let her sit for a year. So
yeah.
It gets very flavorful. Okay, so that's all mixed up and ready to go. Okay. Now I have the rhubarb and honey in the jar. I have my oatmeal, and here's the spices that go in. And I will have the recipe below telling you the exact amounts and what goes in. I'm going to mix that up a little bit. Just get the spices all worked through the oatmeal. I'm looking forward to tasting this one. You know I love food. Okay, so that's somewhat mixed up. You just sprinkle it right over the rhubarb. I smell the ginger. Okay, nice and even. And then you just pour the egg mixture over the top, the egg and milk mixture. I mean, this is pretty easy. I hope it tastes good.
So it's an oatmeal egg casserole.
Basically, that's kind of what baked oatmeal is. Has eggs and milk and all that stuff in it.
Yeah.
Now you sprinkle the top with the remaining rhubarb. Haphazardly. And some chopped nuts. And I chose pecans. I like pecans with oatmeal. And put it in the oven at 375 and bake it for 40 minutes.
There we go.
Easy peasy. The last rhubarb taste test. You ready?
Yeah, well, no, I'm not, I guess.
Now, I know you're not as excited about this as I am. I really do love oatmeal.
I'm sure it's going to be good.
You ready? Now, we're having nothing on it, no honey or anything, but he does have some on the side if he needs it. Ready?
Yep.
Go for it. I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, it's a little bit blander than some of the other ones that you've had.
It's a little dull.
Yeah.
Even with the rhubarb in there. I thought the rhubarb would give it more oomph. Yeah.
Oh, but I bet with the honey right on it like
well, with honey. That would be good. Yeah. Yeah, but this one, not so good. I mean, I like it. I'll eat it. I'll have it for breakfast and put some honey on it, but I'm not thrilled by it. So what would you rate this, 1 to 5?
It's pretty good with the honey. But standalone, I'd say a 3.
Yeah, I'd probably say 3, 3.5. And I love oatmeal. So
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't make it again, but I'll be able to eat it. It's good. It's just not something I'd get hungry for again. Now, what would you rate the other ones?
Okay, so I'm going to start from my bottom. So I think this was the weakest of it.
Okay. What's next from the bottom?
The modified lemonade, it was good, but it's not any better than regular lemonade. So it didn't help it. So I'm just going to give that 3.5.
Yeah, it was kind of like a waste of rhubarb. I'd say the same thing, 3.5. It was good. I like lemonade, but it wasn't much different than
Rhubarb
regular.
could be used for better purposes.
Yes. For instance, what about the rhubarb bread, the lemon rhubarb bread?
I would rate that as the number 1, and I'm going to put that at a 4.5. That was excellent.
I'd give it a 5. I can't imagine it being any better. So then what do you rate the rhubarb sauce?
Yeah, I need to have more of that, and I think over time it would develop, but it was very good, really good. I'm going to put it at a 4.
Yeah, I'd probably say 4, 4.5, because I would love to eat it again. So 2 real goods, 2 so-sos. Not too bad.
So are you going to trying out for the rhubarb promotion board?
Hey, when you have a lot of something, you got to find ways to use it, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of rhubarb, so
Yeah, we do.
I think that's the problem with it. People just don't have that much rhubarb, And it's not easy to get at the stores, so they're
Yeah.
just not.
I had a lady stop and buy some yesterday. She said, I just can't find it anywhere. I'm like, there you go. But I didn't sell as much as I would hope to have sold.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe if they see this video, they're
Hey,
going to
this
come
was
buy
a lot
rhubarb.
of fun. I love this.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us for our rhubarb day or days, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.